Now, the charge sheet released by the National Prosecuting Office says cell phone records of singer Kelly Khumalo indicating her communication with one of the accused must be obtained. Now, there have also been questions surrounding the use of the EMPD to transport the suspects to court earlier on. Now, the NPA says that the release of the charge sheet was a mistake.
Everything will unfold in court. I think it is still premature now to get into the next stage. When a decision was taken by the Director of Public Prosecutions, there were a number of instructions that the investigation team had to follow up, and we'll await the outcome of those follow-ups. Of course, there are a number of questions that the prosecution had instructed the investigating team to look at, and we'll still await the outcome of those questions. It was a mistake. It was part of, it went in by mistake with the charge sheet. It's internal communications between the team and the prosecution. That document is not supposed to be in the public domain.
Now, for a reaction on this, we're joined by Claudine Robbertze from Ulrich Roux and Associates. A very good afternoon to you, Claudine, and thank you so much for your time today. Perhaps let's start here with the suspects who are saying that they really are not the ones involved in any of this. Is a denial on their part going to suffice? What is the way forward?
Good afternoon. I believe that the conduct of the accused speaks volumes of their involvement in the matter. One would assume that a suspect, if he maintains his innocence, that they would not be afraid to defend themselves in a court of law. Our constitution, however, makes provision for one to remain silent in order not to incriminate oneself. However, this bare denial will not have an adverse effect on the investigations or the prosecution, because the onus of proof is on the state to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt.
So basically, there's talk here of a mastermind. Everybody's talking about this mastermind. So you are saying that it's up to the state to prove the mastermind, the existence thereof, and not on the suspects to prove that?
That is correct. The accused alleges that the guilty persons involved in the matter are not in court, which indicates some sort of involvement, which can be then furthermore used as evidence in order to pin down these masterminds behind the assassination. And that also speaks volumes of their involvement, and there is some sort of mastermind behind the whole assassination.
Claudine, Claudie here. I'm co-hosting here with Tommy today. A quick question to you. We have a name that has been mentioned, which that person did not appear in court today, and that is that of singer Kelly Khumalo. The Meyiwa family has been convinced for the longest time that the people who were inside the home where this incident took place, of which Kelly Khumalo was one among those people have not been telling the truth. What do you make of information coming out now that Ms. Kelly Khumalo may have had communication with one of the suspects?
Well, the court can only deal with the facts in front of it and the evidence in front of it. Therefore, it is necessary and important for the investigating officer to obtain the evidence relating to the communication of Ms. Khumalo and one of the suspects in order to prove that she was maybe or maybe not involved.
And this begs the question, Claudine, it's 6 years on. The police are saying that they still need to, find that information, and they still need to do the investigations. Why has it taken, and I know you're not part of that investigation team, but what could be the reasons why it has actually taken so long for them to get such pertinent information that has been outlined in this document? Surely it could have been done in less than the 6 years.
Yes, I agree. From what we understand is there was a lot of leaks of information, which is jeopardizing the investigations, because if you leak the evidence that you intend on using against the suspect and they can get snip of whatever that information is, then they can at some stage dispose of that evidence, and which is important in order to secure conviction in this matter. That is why it is unfortunate that they've been taking so long with this investigation. But after AfriForum and Garinal came on board, there's been significant progress in this matter.
Well, Claudine, thank you very much for your time and your insight there. Certainly still so many more questions that are being asked.